It was pretty great. And the board, the public. But there's always one thing holding you back. No.
Okay, we're live, bro. Okay, everybody. We're slowly getting ready, so just bear with us for a second. Okay.
I just totally threw that poor guy under the bus.
Well, everybody, we're about to get going on this post-fight show. We just we want to make sure we get everything ready. We're still finishing up, uploading photos, everybody. But Budo fights tonight was an amazing night of fights.
It was baller status.
We saw some great fights, some winners, some losers, some upsets, some wars. So we're going to kick back, spend a little bit of time bullshit with all you fans, Madhouse style. And I'm going to finish uploading photos while we do this, and we're all going to talk. Welcome whoever is watching us. Don't forget, we have a social stream chat on the right-hand side of the screen. Feel free to talk into it. Tell us what you guys' opinions are on the fights. Once again, this is brought to you tonight. MadhouseLive.com Madhouse.com presents live post-fight Budo fight 9 Budo fights. Recap.
Eagle.
Yes.
Eagle.
Eagle.
Abraham Lincoln.
Big shout out to Draco, Impact Armor, Razor Wear, Brawl Base, Clinch Custom Mouth Guards, Intimidation Clothing, Vision Smoke Shop, No Pain Just Glory, Tank Crimes, 24 NLV, Triumph Fitness, Big Titties, or Big T's. Global MMA Consulting, Ink Tank Tattoo, and Revolver MMA. Guys, you know my spiel, man. They support local. You guys should too. Get out, man. Check out the sponsors. Big shout out first and foremost to Steve from No Pain Just Glory. It was good to see you, buddy. Great sponsor. Your fighter was an amazing fighter tonight. I'd like to give him big props. And for anybody out there, you know, Alex Corrales, he tore it up again, collected himself another belt. He is looking for sponsorships, so you guys should hit this kid up, man. He's a real deal. He's going places. He trains with some tough kids. He had a beautiful banner. Only had 1 or 2 sponsors on it, I believe.
Yeah, lots of space for you people out there looking for guys that are kicking ass and taking names and walking away with title belts.
That's the truth. You know, we can start with that fight. It don't really matter. We'll go back and forth. All you fans out there, if you have any questions or comments, make sure you throw it in the social stream on the side so that we know how to, you know, what questions you guys want answered. I'd like to start with the Christian Graves grappling match.
That was pretty sweet.
Budo fights 9 tonight. Budo fights out of Bend, Oregon. It kicked off. Desert Dogs fighter and a Bend Boxing Club. No, it was Smith Martial Arts.
No, Bend Boxing Club.
Was it Bend Boxing Club?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where Austin Head's from.
Yeah, Austin Head. These two guys had a quick grappling match in the middle of it. It turned into an MMA match for a quick second.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
And
drop kick or what?
For those of you just catching up to the Christian Graves story, he has a medical disqualification for life in the state of Oregon. We've talked a lot about it. You guys should be up to date on that. But just so you know, he can't fight MMA.
Well,
but
until he gets a win.
Yeah, until he gets a win. All he's got to do is get a win anywhere else, and they got to, you know, and the sanctioning body has to register that win with the underground.
Yeah.
But,
with the underground, that stuff needs to be happening, people.
Yeah, whoever you are, wherever you're watching from, you make sure that the promoters you work for are updating the underground, because that is the standard for ABC. Believe it or not, I'm not high, not yet, and that's the rules that they live by. But in the middle of the fight, Christian took a kind of a nice shot to the rib cage, I'd say.
Yeah.
And sure as hell, man, he jumped up, screamed as loud as he could, "Let's go!" And he was ready to turn it into an all-out war. And the referee made sure that didn't happen.
Yeah, dude, he was like, "Everybody, calm down."
Yeah, he's like, "This ain't going to, a non-sanctioned, street fight." He ended up, resetting them after the breakage for the illegal punch, or no, knee, I'm sorry. And I'd say 20 seconds later, fight was over.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. Christian got in a north-south position pretty quick, and then in a scramble ended up with one of Austin's legs and put on a pretty tight knee bar. And it looked like it might have hurt Austin pretty good there. He was carried out of the cage, kind of, limping on one leg, but had his arms around a couple guys. So hopefully everything's okay with Austin and nothing major happened to him. You never want to see that inside the cage. But at the same time, it was a very wicked submission by Christian, and it kind of set the tone for the night and for the Desert Dogs themselves on how they were going to perform as the night progressed. You noticed that they kind of were there fighting for something a little bit different than maybe the other guys, because they were there on behalf of one of their own warriors, Danger Dave McManus.
Yes, sir.
You want to tell them a little bit about that, Skip?
For all you guys out there who might not be local fight fans here in Oregon, Danger Dave McManus, short of saying this kid is what fighting's all about. His heart, his spirit, his determination. This kid's a great AMI fighter. I've seen him take fights on 30-minute notice multiple times and short notice fights, and always leaves it in the ring and gives it everything. And great action fighter. Love to watch him fight. And he got sick recently and was diagnosed with testicular cancer and some other growths inside his abdomen area. And they were doing a 50-50 raffle to help raise money to pay for his medical bills, because all you guys out there know, just like me, a lot of these fighters are blue-collar workers. They can't afford, very much in life until they get that big paycheck rolling in. And, affording $60,000 a month for medical treatment is really tough. So they threw a Save Danger dinner and a raffle, and tonight they raffled off the last of the tickets and pulled the winner. And the winner was gracious enough to give all the earnings from the raffle to Dave. And I got to give a big shout out to Vision Smoke Shop, because they raised quite a bit of money for this raffle. Once again, great supporters of local MMA and the community. It was a great deal. Every fighter who walked out of the ring for Desert Dogs made sure everybody knew Danger's story, gave him some mad love. And all you guys out there, David McManus on Facebook. Danger's legit, man. He's a good fighter. We hope to see him back. He looked pretty good tonight, but I know he's got a road in front of him. That's a tough battle, but he's one of the toughest fighters out there, so he's going to win this fight.
Which UFC fighter did he scrap? Said he was the toughest.
Martin. Yeah, we had Martin Campman last year on the show, and Martin Campman knew a little bit about Dave McManus and his story about this kid taking fights, multiple fights on short notice, including one that was a title fight that had gotten canceled. And they came out into the crowd and they're like, "Dave, you got your mouthpiece and your cup?" And he's like, "I'll be back in 20 minutes." He came back and fought Levi Wackel.
Yeah.
Tough fight, Desert Brawl, Super Brawl 1. Actually, the 30th or 40th installment. The long story, they had to change their name. But, and Martin Campman heard wind of it and gave a big shout out to Dave, talk about how tough that was, and that's a true fighter. And, You know, Dave was there tonight in the corner for every single Desert Dog.
Yeah.
And he didn't let his sickness slow him down, man. They live by a motto, those dogs, the Desert Dogs MMA, and that's dogs run this yard, and they showed up deep tonight.
Yeah, no, they had a big part of the crowd was all there for, you know, supporting the hometown gym there.
Yep.
Even though there were a couple gyms from here in Bend that were at the event tonight, you could definitely tell that the Desert Dogs had the biggest, strongest turnout of people that were cheering them on, and which was good. You know, it was a great night for the Desert Dogs, a great night for Dave McManus, and we look forward to seeing him back in the cage.
Oh, I totally agree. Let's see, the next fight we had.
Desert Dog. It was like a Desert Dog start to the whole card. Next we had Ron Miller and Obi Pizarro in one hell of an action-packed first round. I don't know what, I mean, these guys came out, and I think they only really wanted to fight one round. And it was craziness in the cage for that 3 minutes. Pizarro was just on the attack for probably the first 60 to 75 seconds of the round and really kind of controlling everything. And then something just clicked with Miller, and he got it to the ground somehow and then cinched on an armbar. And Pizarro fought to not tap and try and power his way out of it. But he finally succumbed to the armbar. And what did it sound like cage side, Skippy?
I'll be honest, in the beginning when he first, and you guys will see this from the pictures that will be uploaded here shortly, we're working on right now on the side, but the first, I'd say 10, 12 seconds into that armbar, it wasn't cinched right. He didn't have the correct placement we talked about. He didn't even raise his hips up at that point. The kid seemed like he was struggling to get loose. And when he started when Miller, I believe, started getting wrist control, started turning that arm, and he started working the hips in the correct, spot, and started arching his back a little bit. And sure enough, man, for me, and even in the photos, it looked like that arm at least hyperextended.
Yeah.
For sure, the kid definitely took some damage to that arm, but at that point, when he just put those hips into it, it was over, man. That kid tapped. Snap quack. I mean, he knew it was going to break. And I tell you what, it was really, really good action fight, like Lepaki said. I could have definitely gone to see these kids go 2 or 3 more rounds, It would have been a fun deal. The fights all in general tonight, man, were exciting local amateur MMA, man. And we had some pro fights on the card. And according to the bimbo in the alley, and I hope you're watching, amateur title fights does not make you a pro in any way, shape, or form, you bimbo. And you know who you are. I'm not even going to dignify you with a name, you bimbo. And let me also tell you, 25 tests in glass tubes, and then that's it. You're stupid if you believe that that's what the commission's going to do. That guy was lying to get into your pants because you're a bimbo. Okay? So, yeah. Watch out for them bimbos who know it all out in the fucking show.
I got to sit next to a really intelligent lady, apparently, the whole night. Skippy got to sit next to bimbos and deal with them in the alley.
Oh, my God. That chick was as dumb as a fucking loaf of bread. I mean, dude, I've seen sharper tools in my drawer, okay? God. Yeah.
So the next fight that we had, that was Cody Hammond and Cameron Anderson.
Yes. That was a great fight.
That it was. It was a really good fight, but it too was a quick one. Cody kind of took care of business there, didn't mess any time, waiting around for anything crazy to happen. Finished it off in the first round with the armbar. No, Kimura from the mount. Mounted Kimura, which was pretty wicked. And it was actually really, I wanted to make sure that I noticed, I made mention of this in tonight's show, that, it was one of those times where Cody had a really tight armbar locked in there, and the Kimura, and when he, the way that they were positioned, it was really hard for the referee to see the tap, because the tap came from kind of the exact opposite body of the body from where he was watching, and Cody actually recognized the tap. He knew that he had the submission in pretty tight, and he immediately let it go. I thought that was great, rather than risk injury. I know that a lot of times they tell you to not let go of the tap until the referee tells you. But I think we all knew what was going on there. And we all saw the tap, and I think that was really great of Cody not to sit there and keep wrenching on the arm and maybe injure Cameron. What did you think of that fight from ringside? Did you get to see the Kimura when it was locked in?
Yeah, actually, I thought that fight was really exciting for as quick as it was. I feel that, once again, fans could have definitely seen multiple rounds from those two guys, and it would have been an enjoyable evening. Yeah, the Kimura, like you said, he held control. And once again, that shows sportsmanship.
Yeah.
It shows class and why this sport is important, for, the community to get behind. Because it's not, like you said, it's not thugs. It's not, mongrels fighting in the back alley with glass taped to their knuckles, So it was great to see him get into a position to where he knew the fight was over and control it just enough to finish the fight and not hurt the kid. So all in all, man, I thought that was a good fight. I'd like to see them two do it again, though.
No, yeah, that was fun. You want to touch base on the Duffy-Jared Matthews fight?
Dustin Duffy, the babyface killer. He comes in tonight taking a short notice fight like we talked about on the pre-fight show. And lo and behold, Dustin and Jared Matthews. Jared Matthews is kind of a seasoned amateur around here in this part of Oregon. I believe he was 17-6.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I think it was 17-6. It started off a little weird. First of all, they know each other. They have much respect for each other. It started off with a few, exchanges, some nice punches. I don't think Jared was super, super happy punching with Dustin because he took Dustin down.
Yeah.
And then Dustin made him pay pretty quickly. That Desert Dog Jiu-Jitsu, it doesn't fuck around, man. If you go to the ground, you better be prepared to go and finish that fight before they do, because JT trains his kids, man. Once you get that bite, you don't let go. And Dustin was real quick about it. He got him locked up. They rolled up against the cage, and he tapped him out pretty quick. Rear naked choke, I believe.
Guillotine.
Guillotine. Early, like minute 30.
51 seconds, I think.
Was it 51? I thought Krauss was 56.
Yeah, there was like a 51, a 53, a 56.
Okay. Yeah, so it was under a minute. I mean, it happened quick, and he definitely, Dustin showed, and Lepaki made the statement to me earlier tonight. This is a fight that Dustin has to win, and he has to do it in a devastating fashion to prove to everybody that he is still on the right track after taking a little bit of time off, that, he is always game, and he's looking for the best. He fought a guy, Jared Matthews, like I said, with an extensive record at heavyweight and at 205. This was a catchweight at 190, and Dustin made quick work of it. I'm a big fan of Jared. I like him. He likes to come. He likes to fight. I think this time he just stepped up to a kid who's really on the rise, a kid who's really got the talent, the dedication, and the drive to become a top-level fighter if that's what he chooses to do. So big shout-out to Dustin Duffy on that win. He's sponsored by Vision Smoke Shop. They also sponsor MMAmadhouse.com. Right there.
Right there.
Yep.
See this one?
The Lion. You guys can find him on Facebook.
Not Snoop Lion, though. Not Snoop Lion. This is a different lion.
Yeah, you can definitely find him on Facebook, and you guys should go check them out. They're huge, huge, huge supporters. Hey, Alex Corrales or Steve from No Pain, Just Glory.
Giving him all the money was the right thing to do.
Hey,
Thank you, Aaron Hall.
Aaron Hall, I totally agree with you on that. Sorry, we're a little inebriated maybe, and we're not jumping quite to that. We were kind of getting into this show, but it was the right thing to do. Back to Alex Corrales. If you, your management, your gym, your teammates, any of this see this, you guys should contact Vision Smoke Shop. He wants to sponsor you. You probably couldn't hear him with the crowd screaming, but he was trying to get your attention or your coach's attention to give you a business card. So look them up. They want to sponsor you. So big congratulations to a Kumite and a No Pain Just Glory sponsored fighter. He's definitely looking for more fighters, let's see. What was the next fight after Dustin?
Steel Dragons, Rich Bodeikheimer.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I'm
Stephen
not,
Wing.
where's Stephen Wing out of? Hold on, I've got the thing here.
Didn't he come out of, not Redneck, but he came there with them. Yeah, he did come out of Redneck.
Yeah, Redneck Militia.
Yeah,
Penalties.
Redneck. Duh. Stephen Wing. He definitely stepped the fuck up, dude.
Yeah. Didn't even know he was fighting until yesterday.
Yeah, another short notice fight. Dude, this kid fucking came, and he came legit, man. Once again, Redneck Militia, Keith Hutchins and the boys out there, you know, Levi Ronan, the Vasquez brothers. Good training partners. Yeah, I know what you're going to say in a second, Mr. Hall. I feel you, and I agree with that, you know.
Okay, apparently Skippy's having some inside conversations with people in other parts of the country right now. Don't worry about that. We're all confused now.
Well, I dropped a name right there, and I just know Aaron's going to tag up something like, hey, you know, da-da-da-da-da, and, you know, and I just want to give him the props right now that he's so rightfully due. But great fight. Super exciting. The crowd was really behind this one from the get-go.
I know, that was a good fight, too.
Yeah, it was. These two boys left it in the ring, bloodied, and they didn't fuck around.
Steven got that top position. He caught Bodeikheimer early on the feet and then dropped him there, kind of in a flash knockdown. Then they got in a scramble, and Stephen Wing wound up on top, and he was definitely unloading some pretty serious ground and pound. Much props to Rich Bodeikheimer. He fought through a lot of it, and just as it looked like he might have been getting back to the feet, or at least having a chance to, the referee had finally seen enough. It was kind of hard to argue with the stoppage just because of the amount of punches maybe that Rich had taken. But I mean, at the same time, I kind of could understand when he was still making a move to get up. But you know, just because you're not knocked out doesn't mean you haven't absorbed some damage there. And you know, Rich and Steven, they're both still amateurs. They aren't in there getting paid, and it was kind of a one-sided fight there for a few moments.
Yeah, and you know, once again, you got to give Dave Hagen obviously a great referee.
Yeah.
You know, he was really on top of the action tonight. You know, and I kind of felt as a fan, I'd like to see him let it go another 3-4 seconds. But looking from the aspect that we look at it from, and other people in the business, it was a good stoppage.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's another thing I want to say about Dave Hagen tonight. I got to watch his rules meeting, and that was really one of the better rules meetings I've sat in. He definitely didn't leave anything uncovered. He made sure that the fighters knew exactly what he expected of them, and he gave a very clear vision of what they could expect from him. I think that he definitely understands, you know, some things, and there were some things that I like that he did in his rules meeting. Unfortunately, I'm not going to discuss those with you, but I will say that I think Dave Hagen is one of the best referees up here in the Pacific Northwest, hands down. From whether it's in the cage or in the rules meeting, you know, making sure everybody understands everything. He's a very knowledgeable guy, too.
Yeah, I got to give it up to him. He was on top of the action. A couple times, you know, people thought an opponent was either taking too much damage or in a tight submission, and Hagen was able to really pay attention to what was going on in the cage, and he let the fights go when they deserved to go, and he stopped them when they deserved to stop. A couple times, you know, especially in some of the earlier fights, a fighter might have gotten in a position where he was getting maybe dominated, and a lot of fans were like, oh, it's over, he's getting his ass kicked. And boom, sure enough, homeboy was able to protect himself or, you know, grab into a submission attempt or just get out from underneath the damage. So
Yeah.
It was really good to see, you know, him in there tonight and let the fans see what top, you know, refereeing looks like.
Well, and I think that there was even a couple times during that Bodeikheimer fight where Rich was really, I mean, it sounds crazy when I tell you that he was defending well by the way he was cuddled up, but he really wasn't allowing a lot of the punches to get through. And there was, I think, 2 times maybe that Dave, like I could tell just by the, you know, you can be watching a fight, and if you're tuned into what's going on, you can tell like what's being said. And I'm pretty sure I saw Dave ask Rich a couple of times if he was okay. Rich stated he was. So, you know, Dave gave him those opportunities there to turn things around. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to happen. But to kind of talk about what Skippy said, the very next fight, Colton Howard of Desert
Dogs.
again, another warrior from here in the Bend area, and he stepped in with Mike Gonzalez, who I think is also from here in Bend. Is that right, Skippy?
Dirty Mike.
Is that who that is?
Dirty Mike from Redmond, Oregon, man. Just 5 miles from the studio, folks. He's a local boy. That was a good fight, too.
That was
fucking
a very
good fucking fight.
Gonzalez really owned the first round, I thought, Skippy. You were down there cage side, and you could tell. I mean, I thought, there was a point where I could have scored that first round at 10-8 for Gonzalez.
Easily, I agree 100%. The action back and forth was great, but I agree. Gonzalez in the first round with his ability to control, his movement on the ground, and also I felt like he had the tighter striking to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
It was cleaner. It was a really interesting fight. I think those fans who didn't watch it, hopefully, somebody can get a video up. I'm hoping Budo Fights will rerun this stream or something for all you guys. That was an exciting fight to watch. Round 1 was definitely action-packed, and I agree. It could have easily gone to a 10-8 round.
For Gonzalez. Now just make sure you understand that. That could have been a 10-8 round for Gonzalez. Because in the second round, it was almost kind of like, not the exact opposite of the first round, but I would say that Colton definitely started to establish himself more, was able to control where the fight was taking place. You found him sitting there fishing for arm bars from the guard on top, and then and a little bit of everything. He spent a lot of time on top, but doing a lot of defending. I mean, because Howard was by far attacking. There was one point when Howard had that arm triangle from the bottom there towards the end of the second round, and I thought he had that close a couple times, Skippy. But from my point of view, I was up a little bit higher than you guys there at cage side. I was up in the loft at Midtown, but I couldn't tell how close that arm in triangle was, but it looked pretty deep from where I was at.
It was. The one thing that he was able to do is get space quickly, and that's what saved him, I think. He didn't give a chance to lock that in. He definitely made space in between the chest quickly, and a couple of times, when he turned his neck, I noticed, to keep his neck from, getting into any bad position to where he might be able to switch, or use that his head turning to move the body the way he wanted. So I think he was smart. He played good defense right there. But the thing I noticed is right away he put space in that.
Aaron Hall, dude, he's in rare form tonight, folks. He's saying Skippy went to the Cecil People's School of Judging. That could be a good possibility, Aaron.
One of these days shortly, you guys are going to, and we were really, really honestly hoping that we would have Aaron Hall here tonight. There was rumor possibly that Team Quest was going to be making a trip down to the Desert Dogs' backyard to put some stompings on some locals. It did not happen. We are hoping to see that in the future. And I promise you fans this. If we get a Team Quest to travel down here and settle some old scores with some amateur fights, you can guarantee Aaron Hall will be sitting right here in front of this badass logo, and he will be rocking the mic with us.
When he's not in the, what the hell is that damn fucking
Camel Toe and Cream
Camel
Horn.
Toe and oh shit, hold on. Maybe we're not on the commercial again. We never know.
Yeah, we don't know.
The Camel Toe and Cream Horn show, people. If you're not tuned into that, you need to go back. Definitely check out the very first episode of the Camel Toe and Cream Horn show, because that was some rare formed Aaron Hall.
You haven't listened to part 2, episode 2, when he talks about that sexual positions, like leaving shit stains on the fucking.
Yeah, I
on
just
the
thought that it'd be
sheets.
good if they started at the first episode rather than the
Well,
second.
yeah, that's true. You got to understand what Camel Toe and Cream Horn are all about.
It's it's not for the timid or the weak of mind.
No, you have got to be on another level to understand and get this.
That is something. Hold on, I do want to clarify. Earlier today, I said that. What fight was it? I said somebody was from Top Level MMA, BJ San Nicolas, and I was wrong. It's next level MMA is where they're at. I hate making those kind of mistakes, but I did make one this afternoon in the pre-show, and I want to fix that right now. That's next level MMA. That's Julian Wallace, BJ San Nicolas, and the rest of those guys up there.
Hey, for all those people out there, man, episode 3 of Camel Toe and Creamhorn, they'll have a lesbian guest. Trust me, follow these guys on Twitter, follow these guys on Facebook. They are definitely a show you want to be part of, man. They're funny. They're definitely get your brain thinking.
Yeah, maybe not about the things you want to be thinking about.
Yeah, dude, what was that one like? God, he was making that joke about a bear like ripping off your dick or something.
Oh,
I can't even remember.
It was something silly like that.
Yeah.
Okay, but well, now, I think the commercial is over. So we're gonna get back to this Gonzalez Colton Howard fight because in the 3rd round, Colton Howard, I don't know what the hell happened to him. It was like he went in between rounds and got that old Avion air spray shit. Remember? Like somebody sprayed that all up in his face because he came out like a man possessed in the 3rd round and really he really, I thought he beat Gonzalez from pillar to post there in the 3rd round.
I agree. I agree. It was definitely, it was almost like he was just starting the fight.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, hey, okay, I'm in a fucking fight. It's time for me to be serious. No more playing fucking games. I lucked out on round 1. I was able to, warm up in round 2, but, it's all about that 3rd round and, for a lot of fighters until they get to those championship fights. And, Aaron, obviously somebody who listens to the shows regularly and, me and you do have disagreements on certain issues a lot, but, you've got to agree with me that if it comes down to a 3rd round, you have to win it. You can't leave it in the judges' hands. No matter what the first 2 rounds were scored, when that 3rd round bell begins, the name of the game is to finish the fucking fight in 5 minutes, period. You don't want to leave it in the judges' hands. And you probably preach that every day to your fighters. It doesn't matter what round 1 and 2 happened. It's round 3. It's a clean slate. And that's how this kid came out. He came out like he had nothing to lose and everything to win.
Yeah, I don't know. He dominated that 3rd round on the feet. It ended up going to the ground, and Colton Howard finished him off right just in the nick of time, really. You could probably, if that fight ends there, Colton might have still won a decision. It would have been really interesting to see how the judges would have scored that fight with the 1st round being as dominant for Mike Gonzalez as it was, and the 3rd round being the exact opposite. Seeing how they scored that middle round would have been interesting. But rather than have any mystery around his victory, Colton just forced referee Dave Hagan to hop in the middle there and wave off the fight.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Look at that, dude. We got it all covered for you. Rabbi's blessing you.
Yeah, we're good to go now. The Catholics they're gone.
Oh, well, I'm not Catholic.
Oh, I am.
I'm a Mexican Jew.
Yeah, I know. That's why we get along so well.
That's right, baby.
There's days where I wish you were an Asian Jew.
Nope, sorry. I'm Mexican, Jewish, or wherever
you could be like named Wayne Bernstein.
I always wanted to be like Celso Goldstein or Horowitz or like Raul Horowitz.
Julio Feinstein.
Julio Feinstein, dude. That's pretty fucking pimp. His cardio fucked him. I won't ban you though, buddy. Yes, I do believe you're right on that issue. Cardio was a factor.
For who?
He's talking about the Gonzalez fight.
Oh.
And I gotta say that, being ringside, you could see his arms were burnt the fuck up, dude. They were definitely burnt up. They were rubbing his arms down like you wouldn't believe. In between round 2 and 3, they worked on his arms the whole time. They didn't even ice his face, wipe his heads down. They strictly were rubbing those 2 arms back and forth, trying to get blood moving in there.
But don't let that take anything away from what Colton Howard did, because that fucking guy, he didn't gas.
No, Colton Howard, you preach it all the time. What's the one thing you can control in a fight?
Your cardio, cardio, cardio. Listen to me, Sealander.
That's right. I I know the greatest coaches out there, you know, they tell you every day, man, you got to have your body physically ready. It's got to be prepared to go to those wars. I mean, look at somebody like Sean Shirk. So many people say, well, look at that muscle-bound freak. There's no way he can go 5 rounds. But his cardio was second to none.
Yeah,
he was able to carry that muscle.
Let's not really give him a lot of run. He liked to run off at the mouth about BJ Penn a little too much.
Oh, Aaron Hall's a big fan of BJ Penn. So
I really appreciate that. I'm hoping that Roy McDonald gets put in his place here in a couple weeks.
Oh, Carl, I hope you're not watching. He just said your boy Rory's going to get fucked up.
If the right BJ shows up, and he looks to be in some really good fucking shape right now, I got to admit, I've seen a few pictures of him that have been released out lately.
What's he saying? What was that picture, 180 the other day?
Yeah, 180.
And he looked good, dude. I mean, he looks solid. I was impressed. You know, I'm definitely looking forward to that fight. I agree. I'd like to see him kind of knock off the new boy.
Yeah, that'd be great. Little GSP. And then I think that's one way he can secure another fight with GSP, which is like, this is a really, okay, here's the only reason I think that BJ Penn came out. I think BJ Penn would have had a lot more fun fighting Josh Koscheck. I think they would have built a better fight. But I think that Rory McDonald actually gives BJ Penn an opportunity maybe to step back in that octagon with GSP. If he can beat the guy that's supposedly GSP's protege, that might just give GSP enough momentum to fight him again. Then what I wouldn't mind seeing is maybe a super fight with GSP, BJ Penn on an undercard of Anderson Silva, John Jones as a super fight main event there. That's just a couple ideas I have for Dana White and those guys, as long as they get by Rory McDonald. Skippy's dog's in there going berserker right now. We won't worry about that.
Well, that's because we got the one and only, the matchmaker for Budo fights.
Welcome.
Hey, why don't you go over there, hop on the street, and say hi to the world. Oh.
Have a seat, buddy. Derek Brune, right here, folks, live, in person, straight from the event. Still rocking his Budo gear. Looks like he's ready to try and relax. How'd the event go for you, Derek?
It's over. I heard we had some good fights. I won't know until it hits the
DVD.
Now, are you going to be putting out a DVD this time?
I think we are.
Okay, because
Yeah,
there's a lot of good fights on there that fans are going to want to rewatch. I can tell you right now. I know that Yorn and them overseas were just enthralled by the fights. You know?
Yearn.
Your pictures from the Budo fights with the gear. Fuck, sick, bro.
Hopefully Skippy doesn't photobomb you guys all here right now.
No, dude.
We're going to talk about the 140-pound super fight with David Converse, which he fought a much bigger guy in Cody Young. And you could really tell in the cage. Skippy, what did you think about that?
Oh, dude. I thought, dude, we talked about this on the pre-show. I thought for sure that, oh, dude, I'm about to watermark all that and put it up. I thought the fights definitely were going to be a lot different than it did. Converse at weigh-ins looked like definitely the smaller guy, but he came in like a bull. He was so dominant. So, I mean, he was just...
Dude, they opened up with a wild exchange there early in the round, and then Converse went in and shot for the double, pressed him up against the cage. And they had one hell of an intense clinch fight there that was going on. And David just fought and finally got that takedown. And then he went straight into side control. And from there, it wasn't much later than that he was, well, it was actually a lot later than that, because that might have been the latest I've ever seen somebody tap in a fight, like in a particular round that I've, what did you think about that, Skippy? It was like Hagen stepped right in and grabbed the arm as the lady was ringing the bell on the Converse fight.
Being ringside, you could tell it was over. You could tell it was over right then. Hagen just couldn't get there fast enough. But the fight was over.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a great stop. I don't think the fight would have gone any longer. I mean, if you would have left 2 more seconds on the bell, before she rang it, it still would have been stopped, I think it just took him a second to get there.
And then the next fight was a 145-pound title fight for Budo. Nicholas Snow versus Dylan Atkinson. Atkinson took the fight on short notice as a replacement for his teammate, I believe. Isn't Dylan out of Next Level too? Or is he out of Alive?
Alive.
He's out of Alive, so they're not teammates. But he stepped up on short notice, took the title fight with Nick Snow. Early in the fight, Snow kind of controlled it with his striking a little bit from the outside, but once Dylan was able to get a hold of him, he took it straight to the ground, and we'll just say he pounded one out on that one, Skip. What did you think about Dylan Atkinson's performance? I thought he looked phenomenal tonight.
Dude, he definitely looked phenomenal. Excuse me. Dude, this kid's another kid that people really need to take fucking notice of. We're starting to see more and more fighters out there that are stepping up to the game, and they're not fucking around anymore. And I like that. These kids are starting to come in as amateurs, and you're starting to see the difference when you're with a gym, and no bad feeling to the amateurs that are independent. You got to get somewhere sooner or later. You can't always stay independent. You can only live on talent for so long, let's be honest. You sooner or later you have to settle down and start working with a facility and coaches. But, these kids right here, Dylan Atkinson, he came in against a super game opponent who is very tough to beat. We've seen him in mini Budo fights. We've seen him at rogue fights. He's the kind of guy that once he is losing, he snaps to, comes back and kicks your ass. Nick Snow's a banger.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Nick tonight. It's like, I wish I could have just told the ref to keep it going, and that's why Nick got his shot, because he'll a little slow going, and he'll take some abuse until he's tired of taking it, and then he just fucking unleashes. So I think, and I just saw Nick at the Liquid Lounge, and he looks great. Feels great.
He was signing autographs the whole time, sitting ringside.
Yeah.
Like talking, taking pictures with kids, watching the fights.
Yeah, I mean, he could have kept going, and that's why I gave him the shot, because he's got, he's fought and won in Budo 3 times and earned it in that retrospect. But I knew he's got more than what.
Aaron Hall said, "Call him next time you start matchmaking a card."
What's that?
Aaron Hall just messaged on the board. Next time you're making a card, call him. He wants on it.
Right on.
So you guys just heard it, man. Team Quest offering up some boys to come down here to Central Oregon.
But when after you conquer Eastern Oregon.
oh, damn,
I know everything east of Gresham is Eastern Oregon, but. Yeah, hey!
You don't get out of Portland too often. Everything outside of Portland's like flat land and you fall off an edge.
I love hanging out with you guys and all, but where's my fucking...
Oh! Commercial break! Let me go grab you one.
Okay.
Hey, hold on, grab 2.
2? Well, you want extra.
Yeah.
I think that I'm here alone again, folks. I think I'm alone now. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I guess we could keep recapping Budo, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to talk about some other things, which I'm not quite sure. Oregon State moved to 6-0 tonight, I believe. I think they beat Utah 21-7, which is great. As a person that just recently graduated from Oregon State, it's always good to see your home college get a big W. We don't really care about the Oregon Schmucks here at MMAmadhouse, but I'm sure there's some of you out there that do. And one day they might start playing a real schedule in the preseason. But until then, you'll never play for a national championship. Enjoy. So far out of all the fights that we've talked about, the best ones I think were the Pizarro, Ron Miller fight was a really great fight, not being inside of a round. You know, I think all the fights were inside of a round right now. What the hell am I talking about? Only 2 fights made it outside of the first. The ladies fight, Emily Corso, who that was a pretty interesting little scrap. And then the Colton Howard fight. Everything else was done in the first round. And with David Converse, you know, not letting anything get out of the first round by the nick of his teeth. I don't understand how he quite pulled that off. Amy Cadwell was in the house. We'll be touching that fight, her fight with Emily Corso here when Skippy and Derek get back from grabbing a bite to eat real quick. Alex Corrales, BJ Sam Nicholas fight. We still have to go over Jason Lambert, Old Man Dave. That was a great pro fight. Not very long in stature, but definitely good to go. Curious to see how many people are watching this, but I can't see the number. I think it's just the great Aaron Hall, host of the Creamery Show. I can't even think of the name of it right now. We just talked about it. That's never a good sign. It was really great, though, to see everybody there supporting Dave McManus. You know, I mean, that was kind of like the thing for the night. A lot of the fighters there, and you noticed that in the Desert Dogs performance. As my backpack just crashed down to the floor here. Hopefully nothing important was inside of it. But the aliens are out in full force tonight. Be careful. Stay tuned. Turned in. Don't tune out. Anybody watch Shudo tonight? We can talk Shudo here until these guys get back, because Shudo is one of my favorite events on the planet. Shudo, Brazil. Let's see if we can find some results for that real quick, people. Never difficult. Right here. Tapology.com. You can find just about results for any event in the country. Looks like John McCaw Teixeira took care of business today.
Has he ever been here?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Why? Does he know?
Huh?
Was he coming over?
Well,
I saw him getting stitched up. Oh shit! Hey, give him one of those. I'll get you one.
oh, motherfucker.
Okay, we're on.
I just gotta go. I gotta go meet him.
Oh, is he coming over?
You could. That's who I gotta.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude. If he wants to come over, dude, you guys should see the stitch work he got done with my cell phone as the operating light, because the doctor said it was too dark in the back kitchen area where they stitched him up. So they had me hold the cell phone. And then like Kaya started holding it, and Jimmy,
in the office?
Yeah, and then Jimmy gives me another phone. He's like, start taking pictures. So I start taking pictures and I'm stitching up. Dude, that was a nasty fucking cut, Aaron. Split 3 fucking ways, dude. Crazy looking.
Here's the funniest part about that whole fight. We're gonna skip right now to the old man Dave fight against Jason Lambert.
He's coming over if you want to.
We're gonna know, because I want to talk about this with Skippy and Derek here. Because as me and Skippy were walking out the building, and Derek will tell you, we nobody had seen how bad the cut was on old man. Okay? And this motherfucker right here, Skippy, we're walking out of the building, and it kind of, you know, from a distance, from my point of view, I was sitting up in the loft there watching the fights. It looked like it could have been an early stoppage, or maybe a bad stoppage. It was just a cut, it looked like, from a far off distance. Skippy was up close. He thought it was just a cut. So we're walking out. We walk by Derek, and Skippy goes off on like this 30-second rant at the top of his lungs about, oh, what a bullshit stoppage this fucking stoppage was.
They're fucking pros. They should have fucking let him fight.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said to Derek. We go over, drop all the stuff off of the car. I'm talking to the Desert Dog. Skippy runs a T-shirt over to the event, and he comes back half hour later. We're like, where the hell have you been at? Well, man, that old man Dave's cut was a whole lot worse than what I originally thought, man. I think it was a really good stoppage now. And I want him to tell everybody in front of God and everyone it was a good stoppage.
Everybody, I can admit, once again, I think it's the 4th time in my life I was wrong. Yeah, dude, after seeing the multiple cuts.
4th? I thought it was 3.
Well, it was 3, but I just messed up, so that's 4 now. So,
you know what I'm talking about.
The earlier stream.
Oh, yeah.
The other three.
Walk guitar star, bro.
Yeah, after seeing the stitch work done and seeing the cut up close, and the cuts on the right, no, let's see, he was laying that way. So the cuts on his left-hand side of his face were really kind of small, but the cut on the right-hand side, from even ringside in the photos, it looked like it started right at about the corner way up the eyebrow and came down. Well, when you looked at it, it split, and it went like in a V, dude, like up his forehead in a V.
He's on his way with Kyle. I need the address.
8760.
8760.
7th.
7.
Yep.
Well, that was a good fight. Congratulations to Jason Lambert.
I don't care.
Congratulations to Jason Lambert. That knee that he busted old man Dave with.
Street or road or fucking.
Just 7th Street.
That knee,
Tell them to take a fucking right when they see Thriftway. Go to 7th Street on the last house on the right.
He's probably got some fucking satellite.
Yeah, that knee though. That knee was vicious. In a minute, we're gonna get to ask the actual fighter, Old Man Dave, who will be here live momentarily in the Madhouse studio to talk about it.
it was a beautiful knee, and you could tell it phased Dave real fast and early. But he recovered extremely quick and was able to get the fight back to his feet, which was what led to the referee stoppage on that one inside the first round for Jared Lambert. Jason Lambert. Too many fucking fights here tonight, people.
Too many. But they were good fights. So what are we skipping?
What's this street right here?
7.
C or no? This
Central.
Central.
Hey, and anybody out there who's smart enough to figure out where I live, we just gave you directions.
Yeah.
Google it.
Google
Google it,
it,
bitch.
look him up sometime.
Hey, and remember, when you Google my address, you'll see my beautiful face standing in the fucking front yard. Google Plus was driving by, so we all ran and grabbed pipes. And we all stood out there smoking fucking weed right when Google Plus drove by. But they fucking blurred out my face.
Well, yeah, dude.
I was pissed.
What,
But if you
I wish I could do it myself right now.
Oh, shit.
You're gonna have to eat another fucking.
There might not be enough peanut butter cookies for that, Derek.
I don't know. Yeah.
There's always.
Let's talk about the 125-pound title fight. Alex Corrales, DJ Sanders.
That was a great fight.
Tell them about it.
Dude, Alex Corrales once again showed everybody in the Pacific Northwest and beyond why this kid is a future star in MMA. And even the great Aaron Hall's got to admit, this kid did it in devastating fashion.
Don't worry about what we're reading, people. You don't need to know about this. Just keep following your flock leader.
Yeah, Alex came in and like nothing, dude, finished this kid off. He was he was just overpowered this kid quick. And they came at each other fast, and Alex was not scared, wasn't even like slowed down. He just dominated this kid for the first 50 seconds and then choked him out. It was over. And once he got that back,
they had a brief exchange on the feet, and then Alex went for the takedown and got it. It was kind of, I think BJ probably expected Alex to want to stay on the feet a little bit longer, considering that he was coming off a 17-second head kick KO at FCFF. But little did any of us know that Alex was going to just take it to the ground, which actually was a great idea there. I think he did a really good job on taking that fight there. Now, I'm going to let Skippy run with this ball here for a second on the last fight we have to talk about, because it involves the MMA crush of his life.
I'm going to tell everybody right now.
I'll read for a second.
I got to give big props to Emily Corso. She is the first person to ever finish Amy Cadwell. Amy is a tough fighter. I believe every single one of her losses to this day.
What's that?
I believe every single one of her fights to date have been decision title losses.
Yeah.
She has just left one gym and switched to another. She's now with White Buffalo.
Yeah.
And I'm super happy with what her performance was tonight. I saw improvements in some aspects in her games in the few short weeks that she's been there. Her footwork looks so much better tonight than it has previously. I got to give a big shout out to her coach. He was real methodical in the ring, in the corner. I was sitting about 5 feet away from him.
That's why you.
And hey, I'm sorry. Are we fucking bothering you? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right.
He really talked her through some positions in the ring where I had noticed previously, in her fights that she would either be getting the same repetitive scream for just a singleized move and not so much about thinking that out of that move and into the next. So big props to her coach. He worked her corner phenomenally. He did a great job. Emily is game on the ground. Emily really, she tried and she stayed focused and she really kept going for that submission and she finally got it. But Amy showed a lot of promise. Madhouse, we love sponsoring her and supporting her, and we will continue to support her and love her. She is a phenomenal fighter, and I believe, and you can take this to the bank, in the next year you're going to see a different Amy Cadwell coming out to show the women in the 125 weight class what it can be done. This girl is hard to finish. She refused to tap tonight, so she went to sleep. And yeah. I'm telling you right now, I was sitting right there. I mean, I was as close to me to this camera. And her hand was grabbing for that wrist the whole time. And then all of a sudden, her arm went straight. She never stopped trying to get out of that move. So big love to that girl, man. She's got a heart like a lion, and that's why they call her Lionheart. She comes game, and she's only going to get better. She's got the ability to take that chin, because she got into some great exchanges with Emily. They stood and banged a little bit. She's got a serious shot with somebody getting her and working, first of all, her strengths and fine-tuning some other points of her game to make her even a more superior fighter. So I'm looking forward to her improvement over the next little while.
I want to talk about Emily Corso and Nick Gilardi because while Skippy was sitting on that side of the cage, Amy and her corner were on the opposite side. There was something I wrote in my notes about that fight because in between the first and second round, and actually even before the fight went down, while they were still making the announcements, I think that Nick Gilardi, inside the ring tonight, of the guys I was able to pay attention to, he really guided her through a lot of shit and helped her, I'm pretty sure, with some visualization and how she was going to attack that fight. Because what I was able to watch pre-fight and what she did in the first round was she followed a lot of his direction. And he was very in tune with what she was doing in that first round. And when they came back, he had a lot of good adjustments for her to make in the second round. Emily Corso looked like a monster on the mat tonight. And it's not going to be long. I wouldn't mind seeing her fight down at maybe Tough Enough in Las Vegas there. I think that'd be a good amateur promotion for her to head to next. And then from maybe that, she's not far away from Invicta with the Emily Corso we saw tonight. And I'm too bad Skippy runs into the other room, but I'd like to hear what he thought about that. But unfortunately, he's gone into hiding. But that was a great ladies fight. Hats off to both Amy and Emily. Emily, congrats for winning the win. I've watched him a bunch in FCFF and always is impressive. I'm sure Aaron is talking about Alex Corrales. Aaron Hall is to geography what Skippy is to judging. Hey, Aaron Hall is to geography what Skippy is to judging. See, that's why I need to watch The Cream and the Bullhorn or whatever the hell it is.
Dude, Aaron, that's fucking some funny straight up shit. I love
What
you,
was
brother.
the fucking show called?
Camel Toe and Cream.
Camel Toe and Cream.
Have you not heard it yet?
Huh?
Dude,
No.
Camel Toe and Cream, you gotta check it out, man. It's the shit. You guys can find them. They got a website, Twitter, Facebook, Google, email. I think they got a satellite
I
dish.
think I
and a
went to high
van.
school with her.
Oh, dude, you went to high school with her? Have you seen the fucking picture? By the way, big shout out to Camel
This is
Toe
a
and
shit,
Creamhorn.
dude.
That is the greatest
Stab.
profile picture of our time I've ever seen. Your hair, the rifle, dude.
That's the picture of you though.
No.
I saw some funky Asian
No,
like flock of seagull
Dude,
haircut or
dude,
some
no,
shit.
that picture was me. That's like 24 years ago.
Skippy had hair.
No,
Think about that shit.
don't believe that shit. That's all lies. I was born bald. I've stayed bald. Okay, maybe a brief in the 80s. I had an addiction with Aquanet. Okay.
He was following fucking Winger around.
Hey, dude. She's only
you're all in
17.
denim or something.
And that's old enough for me. She said she'd give me loving like I've never seen. She's only 17.
Oh my god.
Daddy says she's too young, but she's old enough for me. You didn't think you were going to get music in a show.
Hey, I'd like to thank the drunk guys that were around me tonight, sitting upstairs. You made my night a lot more enjoyable by totally pissing off the lady that was there with Smith's Martial Arts. I appreciate your help in that department, guys. I think you did a phenomenal job on that. I really want to take my hat off to you. I don't think you could have, like, if I would have been, you know, any other person there, I probably would have hated your guts, but I like hanging out with attractive women.
Dude, so are they en route?
En route?
Okay, did you tell them just to park out here? Just pull in the driveway?
I told him to drive to your breezeway to the backyard.
Fuck it!
What
Why
are you going to
not?
talk about?
Dude, you know what we should talk about? We should talk about a wonderful fight coming up that I think
surviving martial law.
I think every fan who wants to see what the truest, greatest form of martial arts is in a match in MMA ever. I think we should talk about the one and only, the great, almighty, God of fucking thunder, DJ,
What?
the protege,
Nice.
Linderman. I know there's some fans out there who might not know who this great, phenomenal, all-time fighter is. But let me clarify for those people. He's the guy who's about to crumble, rumble.
No shit.
okay?
These motherfuckers here, Invicta.
I know there's some people out there, maybe even tonight, who might be like, but wait, Skip, you're wrong. This young, impressive athlete who has trouble making weight
When I went to bed,
and can't just get it done unless he's fighting has-beens or nobodies is going to kill DJ. Well, let me tell you what. I've never seen a man straight belly to belly, a 300-pound fucking bull rusher like the protege did at Legacy just a couple weeks back. So,
But this shit here,
upper body strength,
is,
we're going to give to DJ. Wrestling, we're going to give to DJ.
It's oil infused
Being
with
sexier, we're
cannabis.
going to give to DJ. What can we give to
Oil.
Rumble?
Colombian
Oh, being a
oil,
punk.
St.
We're gonna
John's
give
oil,
to
eucalyptus
Crumble
oil,
Johnson.
oil, cayenne pepper.
So, right now it's 3-1, fans. Who are you going to go with? You're going to go with
It
a
helps with,
proven winner.
inflammation and-
The guy who
and,
vacated multiple titles
and,
to come fight Rumble to show everybody that Rumble is a crumble.
With the tea tree oil and I try to make my own icy hot.
Nice. I like
Dude.
that. I like that so much, dude.
Oh, yeah,
I do
it's
not
like-
have no fucking playgirl with Wade Winger.
But this shit
How did
here
you
is
even know
really
that
hot.
happened?
Unless
Did you
got
have a
something
copy?
or something, but it shuts the pain receptors off.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, dude, that shit works legit, man. My wife uses it. Dude, this is the man, guys, who said Central Oregon Trike and medical marijuana saved his life. Look at it right now. He is fixing his knees.
Right there. Coconut oil infused with cannabis. arnica oil, tea tree oil, eucalyptus oil, chlamydia flower oil, St. John wort oil. What am I missing? Eucalyptus oil.
Baby seals.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Does not get you high unless you eat it, but I don't know about that. You got cayenne pepper, so I kind of made my own little icy hot, but what it does is shut the pain receptors off. So, you know, I'm pushing 44, and I'm Old Man Days prodigy, and
Central Oregon trike owner
does
and
great
world trike
for sore
champion.
muscles and joints. Yes, on measure 80, and
Yes, I'm Gary
cannabis and
Johnson.
hemp prohibition.
Hey, let me ask you,
God's gift.
what do you think about the political runs today? Should we get out and vote?
Even though it's just a big puppet show.
When
You
you're
do
watching
need
this,
to-
I keep thinking of that movie with that black actor who was a rapper and that old man, and he thought it was all conspiracies, and they had the cat in the building that blew up. That's what you remind me of when you're on camera talking. What was that movie?
Sum it up. Just don't listen to what your shirt says or what your party says. Open up your mind and your eyes. Do the research. Don't just take what people tell you as truth, because you got to seek your own. And
How's the meat business, Derek?
the meat business, fair to middling.
And that's some good ass meat too, people. Skippy will tell you.
Oh, dude, you guys know we've posted it many times when we do the Invicta fights here. We barbecue and we use only one kind of meat, and that's the Nature Boys All Natural Meats. Man, they're legit.
Budo Fight fans, I got 6 tickets left from tonight's show. 6 for 3. Make you a good deal.
Buy one, get one free, people. Hey, if you buy
Hey, I
a
saw
Budo
quite a
ticket
few
right
on
now,
shop, man. I was happy.
Nice. I need to go behind and click. But there you go. Budo Fight fans who watched the stream, who came out, we love you, and we look forward to you guys in Budo Can sometime in January. The fighters, their families that came to support, their friends.
hey, can you talk about the
Yeah.
Dave McManus promotion that you guys did tonight, Derek? And how fucking awesome that is for the community?
That is awesome, because unfortunately we his fight that we had the last Budo fell through,
Yep.
and we tried to get him another fight, and he got called out on a fire that night at weigh-ins, and I found him a fight, but it didn't. He already committed the work. So actually, I need to take these pretty much ready. Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
kids. Huh? You need some
No, I'm
for
just
your
saying.
wall or what?
Oh, dude, you know I'll always take them. But no, I just think those are the VIP ones with the girls on it.
All right, 2 for 1 for you.
Fuck, what a deal! Let me go get my dog to lick your balls. Thank you very much. Everybody, look at this. I'm a proud
Yeah,
owner.
Dave McManus, he's fighting another battle, and this one's with cancer. And I know we all got affected by cancer, loved ones, friends. And
Fuck cancer.
eventually, with all the GMOs, chemtrails, fluoride in the water, and all the other bullshit that they fucking feed us, and we eat it. Yeah, cancer sucks. It says right here.
Yep.
My mother.
You gotta look at this screen when you want to see, because where this one's live, this is what the fans see.
All right, I'll look in the middle.
So,
Yeah.
but the camera's right there.
Yeah, so at any rate, David McManus, bless him. He's battling this, and where's it going? Yeah, they did a 50-50 raffle in Astoria, and and they raised like $650 or something, and the guy who won half of that, bless him, he turned it all over to Danger. So, and JT and his team did another 50-50 Budo fights, and I think they raised was it 550 or something, and they're still going at it. So, that's what it's about. Is community. It's about community and family, and we're all in this crazy shit together. So, whatever we could do to help our brothers and sisters out.
Well, I got you here, and sit, man, relax. I'm just gonna air it out because I know you're super health nut, and we're super big smokers here. That's why the studio's on my property, because I can smoke all the fuck I want in my fucking studio. But I know tonight was a great event. Watched worldwide. My buddies overseas, a lot of them were like, "Wow, Amy Caldwell, badass chick." What's up with the next Budo? Are you guys already in works on it? Is this something you're going to put off for a couple weeks?
Well, theoretically, we're going to do January. We did January last year. And then, so it's just a matter of seeing what the UFC's up to and see what kind of local events, because we've played that game, Budo won, and disastrous. We had Sisters Rodeo, high school graduation, there was UFC, there was a frickin' freak show at Midtown that night, and it was the first Sunday week in the summer, plus it was our first event,
And we'll just screw over Boggy and Hotline. We can all.
It's all warm and cozy here, huh?
Just don't break your shit.
Fuck shit. Oh.
Okay. So you guys are looking in January. I have insider information, so I know that you're already.
Some motherfuckers leaking shit to you?
There's a guy in a helicopter. Are there any title implications from tonight that we might see on the next card?
We got I don't know. I got to see what their goals are. I know Corrales. He's especially 125ers. Seems like they all fought each other.
You thought that was Kaya.
So they seem to have already fought each other, and I think he's close to looking at pro, but that's between them, and it's kind of a lifetime away. I like matching these things next couple days, but it always seems to fall apart anyways. But at least the main event fell apart, was able to get Lambert in, and so that's actually, they're already talking to each other about a rematch. So
Old Man Dave and Jason Lambert?
Oh yeah.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm going to tell you what, that fight started off like fucking action-packed. Now, looking into the future, obviously that fight probably not going to happen as soon as December because of Dave's injuries.
January, bro.
Or January. Yeah, it's going to take Dave to heal up from that to where he's able to, and then have to train. He won't be all ready for the January card. He works too,
He worked that whole fucking event tonight.
Yeah, dude, big fucking shout out to Old Man Dave for busting his balls all the way up to fight time. But
I think he took a break to go to the rules meeting and do his physical and to fight.
Yeah, that's it.
Other than that, I think he was fucking moving around like a fucking tornado.
And then at the end, after he stitched out, motherfucker grabbed a broom and started sweeping up.
Dude, that guy.
This is what local MMA is about, people. Is guys like Old Man Dave make it happen.
Yeah. Now, on this next card, is there any chance that we're going to see any of your other titles up?
Yeah, we got these new belts, and
which look fucking dirty, man.
Check him out, man.
They
Look
are
at
fucking
Facebook,
smooth.
madhouse.com on Facebook. Check out the weigh-in photos.
Got a little design thing to deal with. When they built it, did not anticipate the logo on the Torihi gate. That thing's like a ninja. Corrales is walking around with it on, and he keeps moving his neck. I thought he was going to slice his neck open, man. That thing's wicked.
Dude, I thought it was fucking awesome when Corrales and Converse were both in the fucking cage with their respective belts and they were posing for pictures. I thought that was a great thing right there.
You know, and that's why, you know, we did that fight at a super fight because, you know.
Now is there any chance that you bring Converse back to fight for an actual weighted strap, like 135?
Well, at 135, I want to do Micah Reed and Kevin DeWeese again. I think that would, I mean, how it ended, it was just too short for me. Just like old man Dave and Jason. I mean,
Fair point. Fair point.
I mean, you know.
Mike is a desert dog, for those of you that aren't aware of that.
And, you know, that fight started off super explosive and broke his forearm or something.
Yeah.
And
so,
plus, you know,
is that
he's
so-
going to make weight anyway, so I wanted to see that fight.
As a promoter, do you wish there's some form of punishment for amateurs that aren't hitting weight?
I've talked to you know, even the commission about it. Well, yeah, you know, if you know, this is what they're in it for, and you know, some people are more serious than others, and about their training and their goals, and you know, to achieve it. You know, if they can't do it now, you know, if they want to get to where they want to get to in their career, you know, that's not going to last too long in the big show, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, especially for a title fight.
Any fight, it's important to make weight, people, but especially if you have the opportunity to fight for a belt, no matter what organization you're talking about, you know, belts don't come cheap, and people have put a lot on the line to be able to put you in that predicament there. And when you have that chance, you know, you don't want to frivolously lose it because you couldn't come into the weight you agreed to. You know, that's something you got to take in mind. As a professional, you're going to get fined money. It's the dumbest way to give away fucking money. I don't understand why you would give away money in that particular fashion. It's something that you can take care of really easily, even if you have to start your diet earlier than you want. Never give away fucking money.
On that note, also keep that in mind. Vote day. That's how you say pink and gold.
Rosale? Hold on, hit it again. Ujavu is pink in Polish, people. See, you learned earlier today, we learned how to say yearn.
Yearn!
And now today, we know how to say Rujawiv, which is Romanian, Polish for pink. Now we need to know what vagine is.
That's German for virgin.
Well,
No.
Hey, this is what you need to know when you're in Poland.
Fast. I need a bag of fast. Not coke. Weed. And actually, I think German virgin is keep them gluten tight. That's how you say it.
And that's in honor of Oktoberfest, people. When you're sitting there sipping on those pitchers of good German beer. Say that again, Skibby.
The German word for virgin is guten tight.
And he's been to Germany.
That's right. And bras over there are called keep them from flopping. Dude, are they coming?
How's everybody doing? Is
fucking
Aaron
game.
still with us? Skippy still has the Playgirl with Kip Winger. Yes, I'm sure he does.
But my
Hey,
question was,
yeah,
how did you know? I've never even know that. And I'm a Kip Winger fan. I'm just not a Playgirl
Well,
fan.
because he knows you. I mean, we're talking about Aaron Hall here. He's like fucking, he hosts the fucking
Camel Toe and Cream Horn.
Camel Toe and Creamhorn show. I wonder how do we tell how many listeners we have, or followers, or viewers, or...
Well, we were up to 7 at one point.
Oh, hell, and now we're at 3. Who are you people?
Well, I guess I fucking scared away.
No, you should have heard Skippy earlier. He was fucking going crazy. Skippy's about to die right now, folks. He's gonna make it though, I'm pretty sure.
I'm just gonna wake up in the morning and eat up everything on the fridge.
Yeah, he's just gonna wake up in the morning and eat breakfast and get enlightened. That's the key to life. You need to enlighten yourselves. You need to make sure that, you know what, maybe you don't understand something. Don't be scared of it. Learn about it. Embrace it. Open your mind to it. See why somebody could have that point of view, why they frame something in that manner.
What?
Are they coming?
Yeah.
How fucking long?
Well, dude, it takes 30 minutes to get from here to Bend.
Oh, they were just leaving bed?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he lives on fucking South Bend.
I'm just curious. I want to know what the fuck I can and can't do for the next like half hour.
Well, we could take a halftime.
Yeah. Hey guys, we'll be right back. Give us like 10, 15 minutes.
Bye, Aaron.